What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for another big statue unboxing. Today in the house we got XM Studios Professor X. This is the version B with the hover chair. It's gonna be awesome. It's time for Nerdgasm. That is right, my friends. Welcome back to another big statue unboxing. Today in the house, this is the quarter scale version of Professor X from XM Studios. Now, this is the second release for Professor X. The first one was the quarter scale version of him in his regular wheelchair. This is him in the hover chair like he was seen in the 90s X-Men version. So that particular one, like the Jim Lee style. So second quarter scale, but for XM Studios, this is the first quarter scale Professor X ever to be released. So awesome stuff. I'm very excited to get this out of the box. Now, I was able to pick this one up over at Cosmic Chase Collectibles. I've talked about them before, but it was great. They have the statue at close to retail price, and better is the shipping. Got this thing in 3 days from Singapore, and it only cost me about $250 to get it here. That's what I want. I want to be able to have relatively not so bad shipping prices, but I want my statue as fast as I pay for it. You know, I don't want to pay for it and then wait 6 months to get it. You know, I want to have my statue as quick as I pay for it. So very excited to have this in the house. Like I said, if you guys are into XM Studios, Prime One Studios, or anything else that's very difficult to get in the US, make sure you check out Cosmic Chase Collectibles. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to get to it. Also, one last thing before I get to unboxing this one. If you're into talking about statues, about figures, about all kinds of collecting, if you're a big geek like me, if you're a big kid like me, check out my Facebook group, The Marvelous Knights. We're there just basically talking about collecting all day long and all kinds of other stuff, movies, comics, all kinds of cool stuff in that group. So if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure you check out our Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to get to it. All right, with all that out of the way, I'm super hyped to get this thing out of the box. Let's break this thing open, see what the foam looks like, and get to building it. All right, I am so excited. All right, so Professor X, here's the box. Very big box, very heavy. You can see it comes in 2 layers. You got the top layer right here, which has your base. You got some swap out arms. I believe that's the controls for Cerebro. And then you have the bottom layer, which is probably where more of your weight is coming in. His hoverboard, or I'm sorry, hoverboard, hovercraft, his hover chair. Hoverboard, I don't even know why I said hoverboard. And then you have the heads right there, possibly another arm, and then your plaque that comes with it. So I haven't assembled an XM Studio statue in a while, so let's get to it. I'm super excited. All right, so before we get to the assembly, just want to show you guys what else comes with the statue. So we get the envelope, like we always get with all the XM Studio stuff. There should be an art print in here. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so we got the layout, so you can see that it has the 2 layers like I showed you. And that's, you know, so you can get your idea of how to put it back in the box. And then on the back, you got the QR code so that you can get it assembled. It doesn't really look like a very difficult statue to put together, so I don't think I'm really going to need that. But you get this really nice looking art print. That's cool. So to add to the wall, if that's what you want to do. Very, very cool. And then you get this plaque. So they've been doing this a lot lately, and I think these are real cool. So they come in a case, and then you get this this plaque here, so you could display with your statue. So a nice looking plaque. You see it's got Professor X with Cerebro's helmet, so that's cool. These are just nice little, you know, extras to display with your statue, so I like that. All right, let's get to the assembly. All right, so first up we got the base. It's got kind of like a Cerebro type of like the platform that he goes into on Cerebro's type of style base, or, you know, like inner danger room or something like that. I like the details on it. You can see that it has that pattern here, which is cool. So only 499 of these things were made. This is number 95, so nice low edition number. Very, very cool. And it's got, you know, a decent platform right here. The base itself is it's about 15 inches round, and then you got some of these arms that stick out a little bit, so it brings it up to about 16 inches. So yeah, so you have about that as far as your base, and that's round all the way. Hopefully it doesn't extend too far out with the extra parts, but that's really what it is. All right, so I think the next part is the hover chair. All right, I'm back. So yes, you do get a controller. The controller requires one of those like circle flat batteries like you put in a transponder for like the toll passes. I also use the same one for Boba Fett back here. And then you also get this peg. Now I think this peg is meant to slide in underneath the hovercraft here, you know, just for extra stability. And it's nice and clear so you can't see it there, but I don't think you actually need it. I'm gonna leave it there anyway. Anyway, here we go. And make me a liar. Maybe I turned it off here. Where is this? Here it goes. There it is. And it lights up. So that's pretty neat. All right, let's go get the other parts. All right, I went ahead and got everything else out just to make it easier. You get a control panel for Cerebro, is what I'm assuming this is. It looks pretty cool. It's got Magneto, looks like on one screen, and then you got like, you know, different types of areas of the world showing you, I guess, mutants and stuff. It does have batteries that it takes. They go right back in here, but I don't know what kind of batteries they take. I didn't see in the instructions where they told you what it was, and then, you know, they didn't provide it. So you're gonna have to try to figure that out. All right, and that slides in just like that. Real easy. And then you have the options for different hands, or arms actually. And they rest right on the hover chair. So you have that, and then you have the other arm here that you can have like that. And they got two different heads. They look, you know, almost identical. So I think it's just meant for different head placement. So you could have it looking like he's looking over at the controls. All right, and then these wiring back here can turn and be positioned into the control panel like this. All right, there you go. This is pretty freaking cool, actually. The arms don't rest completely on the hover chair, so if you're looking for it to be, you know, right on top, it's not. They just seem to glide right above it. You know, and at least that'll prevent any kind of scratching. It does come with some padding that you could put there if you want to put that on there, but then it won't look the same, in my opinion, you know. So that's one option for display. And then the other option, this head into place there, and it kind of looks like he's using his telepathic abilities. So put that in like that. Like that. And then we could turn it on. There you go. Professor X. This is cool. This is a cool looking statue. I like the features on this one. This is pretty neat. I think of the two Professor X statues that XM Studios came out with, this one's actually the better one. Mostly because I've always been a fan of the 90s version of Professor X and the X-Men in the 90s. I like him in the hover chair. I think it's cool. Now this isn't an accurate depiction of the character from the 90s X-Men. Obviously the hover chair has been modified, given a little more modern look. You got the X's on the sides of the hover chair, so that gives it a little bit of a XM Studios twist to it. But overall, it still, in my opinion, gives me the whole vibes of the 90s, so that's cool. Some of the things that I really love about this, they give you a controller to turn on and off the lights. I think that is amazing. Good job with this. I think that more of these statues that come with light up features should come with a controller. Other things that are neat is that you have the two options for look, and actually you have a few options because you don't necessarily need to have him having his hands at his temple, you know, using his telepathic powers. You can have him with his arms down and resting at his side with his head forward like that, or you could have it, you know, turned to the right, kind of looking at the cerebral control panel. So you have a few different options for looks to swap out the hands and give your statue a more unique look in your display. I like that they had the forethought of giving us this little pedestal piece that's made of like a clear acrylic, you know, just to slide underneath the front of this hover chair because it is extremely heavy. I don't think that you really need it, but in the event, I like that, you know, they give it there just in case. Overall details I think are really cool. I like that they did this kind of honeycomb pattern for the flooring on the inside of the cerebral flooring or control panel. I think he has kind of like a ramp that jetties out into the middle of cerebral. So I think that's what this is supposed to be. And I like that it has all of these little details in there. You got these blues and it looks very, you know, kind of grimy and a little bit dirty. So that's pretty nice. The light up features are really cool. They're not overpowering, but they give off a nice light. You have some features like the front part of the hover chair has this like I think it's like an intake, so that it takes in air. It looks like it has dust and stuff inside of it and everything, like it's sucked up a lot of dust and things, and so it has kind of like a dirty look to it. Nice details on his suit. You know, you have the material here of his jacket, which it has kind of like I don't know what kind of material, kind of like a sway, I guess, the way the pattern is, but it has a texture to it, so that's nice. You can see the buttons. The buttons have little X logos on them, so that's cool. He's got the X belt. So I like how they throw all those little X logos in here and there on his suit. And you know, as far as his portrait goes, I think that looks pretty spot on. They did a good job on both portraits. Although his expression is not very different in either one of them. You know, you have the option to have his head kind of cocked in one direction, so that's cool. In the hands, you can see the veins and the wrinkles, so it gives it the look of his age. So all of that is there. They did a really nice job, you know, sparing with all the details. The packaging, they made sure that this was separate so that you can, you know, twist and put it into place the way you want to. And if you want, you can play with it a little bit more. But I think this is pretty much what you're going to do with it. So it's a nice looking statue, and it's finally an option to complete the X-Men with its leader. So yeah, I'm happy with this, man. Only 499 of these statues made, so extremely low edition on this guy right here. Hope you were able to get one for yourself. So anyways, that's gonna be it for me. I think if I was to give this one, you know, out of a 10, I would probably hit it way up into the 9s. The only thing I would be taken away for is the fact that they don't provide batteries. You know, and I mean, as far as the look goes, it's awesome. I think this is a really, really nice looking piece. Just for God's sake, if you're gonna have light up features and not have a plug, give us the batteries. So anyway, thanks guys for joining me. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this one. Hopefully you were able to get it. And until next time, keep it marvelous.